Mozi, welcome back. So guys, today we are back with a new video which I think you're gonna love. Okay, so in today's video we're gonna talk about how to grow your glutes, or how I grew my glutes from this to this. Okay, so it's something that I have tried, I have implemented in my workout, and it worked. I have also recommended it to few people that I know, a few clients, and it has worked for them as well. Okay, so I thought, why not share it with you lot? Cool. First of all, guys, we're gonna start with the basics. Okay, so the basics is your meal. It's what you eat. So for the weight gainers, if you want to gain weight, you need to eat. If you want to gain glute, if you're slim like I was before, if you were slim, because I'm still kind of semi-slim, okay? If you had no glutes before, if you were small and you want to get bigger glutes, you need to eat. Okay, guys? So it's simple, really. It's just common sense. If you want to add something, you need to put in more to get to add. It's like you say 1 + 1 = 2. Okay? So you're adding. If you want to reduce, it's 1 - 1 = 0. Okay, so think about it like that. So if you are a 1 and you want to get to a 2, you need to add another 1 to get to a 2. But if you are a 1 and you want to get to a 0, you need to minus that 1 to get to a 0. Okay, so for the weight gainers, like for me before, when I was a bit slimmer, I had to eat. I did not really change my diet really, but because I wasn't really, I wasn't really eating more like before in my life. I was not really eating much. I eat, but not as much, so when I realized I had to gain some weight, I had to eat more, and also alongside exercise, okay, and lift heavy. But anyways, the first basic thing I had to do was to change my diet. And my diet was just like I used to play around with the 80% healthy, 20%, cheat meal rule. I didn't really stress myself. I was just, because in my whole life anyways, I've always been someone who eats healthy. I eat healthy meals and like cook homemade food, and I don't really do takeaways. So it was healthy, but it's just that sometimes when I cook, or when there's food, I don't have the appetite to eat, but I had to make myself, I had to put it down in my belly if I wanted to gain the weight. And I think that's something that everybody needs. Like if you want to gain weight, that's just a basic thing. So my meal when I was trying to gain weight was not really complicated. So it was something like this. So in the morning I will have an oatmeal with banana, and a snack could be Snickers or peanuts, or maybe a peanut butter sandwich, and my lunch could be a grilled chicken salad. And after lunch I could have another snack, which could look like an avocado sandwich, or another peanut, or another Snicker, and in the evening I will have soup and salmon. It was not that complicated. But for people who want to lose weight, you need to cut down on the carbs and the fat. You need to try and eat the healthier fats, okay? So you need to mind what you eat even more. But you don't need to complicate it. You just keep it the same. So like for weight gainers, you can still have a breakfast. You can have oatmeal and a banana. And for your snack, you can have a yogurt, a Greek yogurt, which have less fat. That's for people who wants to lose weight while keeping the nourish. For people who want to lose weight and still keep your bum, these are the kind of things you need to eat. So similar to what I ate before, okay? So you can have an oatmeal and a banana for breakfast. For a snack, you can have a yogurt, a Greek yogurt. And for lunch, you can have as well a grilled chicken salad. And for your snack after that, you can still have a yogurt, or you can have a banana or an orange, and in the evening as well, you can have a soup and salmon. Still the same thing, but just have to, you just do a little, change here and change there. So this is the thing, guys. I want people to realize that when you're in a meal plan, you don't need to overwork yourself. You just keep it simple. Don't overstress yourself, because when you make it too complicated, you might end up not wanting to do it anymore, wanting to carry on. So with meals, it's just pretty much changing your ways of eating just a little bit. Just do a little change here and there to make it healthier. Yeah, and alongside with weight gainers and people losing weight, you have to exercise. Okay, but the most important thing is what you eat and how you exercise. Okay, so now let's go now to the fitness, the type of exercises that can help grow your glutes. Okay, so guys, before we move on to the actual exercises, we need to remember that the glutes is divided into 3 different parts. Okay, so the first is your gluteus maximus, which is the biggest muscle in the nyash, and the second is your gluteus medius, which is smaller than your maximus. Okay, and then the third is gluteus minimus. Gluteus minimus, which is the smallest muscle in your bum. So guys, when you're training, this is the thing you have to keep in mind. When you're training, you need to try and remember that you're hitting all these muscle parts to get a nice peachy look, good looking buttocks. So the first exercise we're going to do, the first exercise I will talk about today is a compound exercise which hits all the muscle parts, all the different parts of your glute, your gluteus maximus, your gluteus medius, and your gluteus minimus. And this exercise is squats. No other exercise but squats. Squats is something, I know some of us, majority of us don't like squatting because it's not easy. Okay, because squat, you need, if you want a good squat, you need to do it rightly with the perfect technique, so you're not breaking any muscle and you are getting the most out of your squat. You know, you need to go down as far as you can and obviously come up, and obviously you need to stand in the kind of certain way. You're not hyperextending your hips, which can cause injury. There's so many things to remember in squat, but guys, once you get the technique for squat, you are good to go. Squat is very good because it's not just for lower body, but it targets your glutes, every corner of the glute, the maximus, the medius, and the minimus. Okay, so remember with this, if you want to obviously to get that nice peachy look bum, you need to also involve weights in your exercise. Okay, so when you're doing the squat, always try to use a dumbbell or a barbell or a kettlebell. Just make it a little bit intense, so you're getting the most out of your squat. You're really building a nice, beautiful glutes. Okay, so the first exercise is squats. Squats is a compound exercise. It targets, not just to target your butt, but at least it targets your quads and your calves and a little bit of your hamstring. Because guys, remember, when you are trying to grow your glutes, you're not just growing the glutes. Your lower body all helps to define your glutes. Okay, so if you want a good glute, you need to train your quads as well, your hamstrings, and your calves. You need to train all these parts in your body to have a nice peachy glute. So instead of doing all the exercises that focus on the quads, which is good as well, but why not use one compound exercise which hit the whole thing together? Do you get? So, and the best one is squats, because squats hits everything. And how do you do this? With squats, you can do squats twice a week. And for beginners, I would recommend twice a week. And for beginners, I would recommend you doing 3 sets, ranging from 8 to 10 reps. Okay, because this is a good amount for you to build wide toning and defining. But for advanced, you might need to increase your sets, or you can add some supersets into it. Okay, you can do some pauses, to make it a little bit more intense. Because when you have stayed on 3 sets for quite some time, you realize that you might get into a plateau, unless you're happy with that, But if you want to keep building and keep defining and keeping it in that nice peachy toned look, you might need to increase your sets after some time of training, or by making it a little bit harder by including some tempos or supersets, but it will go deep into it in the future. But for now, we're just going to touch around it, okay? So for the beginners, it's 3 sets ranging between 8 to 10 reps. Advanced, you can go 4 sets, or you can just maintain 3 and just add some pauses into it and make it a little bit harder, okay? So guys, now let's go more specific now into the muscle parts of the glutes. So with your gluteus maximus, the exercise I would recommend for you to do is lunges. Ooh, bad boy lunges, okay? I know people, majority of people have been around, including me, let me not even lie, find lunges a little bit harder. But once you find that love for it and you see it working, you know what I'm saying, you kind of gain the love for it, okay? You gain the love for it, and I think that's where I am right now, because I love lunges. Hope I don't sound like a psycho, but I love it because it's hard. Yeah, because I go to the gym to push myself into it. That's the thing. So, and it makes me, it's also in your mind, I go to the gym to push myself, and lunges help me push. And then, I'm on fire. The glutes is on fire. Everything is burning. So, guys, this is the thing. You need to love what you do. Okay, so it becomes more fun. Yeah. So the first I will recommend is lunges, and lunges you can do for beginners. You can do 3 sets ranging between 8 to 10 reps, just like for the squat. And for advanced, you can also do 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps, but also add some tempos into it, or just make it 4 sets. Okay, and you can also do that twice a week. All right, guys. So if you want to have effective results, it's always good to do your lower body at least twice a week, or focus on your glutes, or you do your lower body and have some glute exercises included in that lower body twice a week. Okay, so that will help to grow your glutes into that nice peachy look that you want. And then the gluteus medius, which is the middle part of your bum, I would recommend you to do hip thrust. Guys, we love some hip thrust, don't we? Yeah, because I love my hip thrust, girl. So do some hip thrust, because I think hip thrust, that's where sometimes I get too I put some heavy weights on there and I'm like, the shit now. Yes, I just love hip thrust as well. So because I can also feel the burn in the glutes. When you go down, you come up, you have to squeeze. I'm like, oh my god, fire! It's burning. And yeah, when you hit the right muscle, you can feel the burn, and then you can feel the glutes growing. Hip thrust for the gluteus medius. Okay, that's something I'll recommend, and we can do that twice a week, and you can do 3 sets ranging between 8 to 10 reps, just like the previous muscle group that the previous exercises that we've been talking about. For the beginners, it's 8 to 10 reps. For advanced, try to do 4 or 3 and do some tempos with your reps. Okay, make it a little bit harder. And for the final part, which is your gluteus minimus. Okay, gluteus minimus, Jesus Christ, I hope I don't cut my tongue. Gluteus minimus, yeah? For this one, I would recommend you to do lateral lunges, okay? So guys, these are also some bad boys that you need to try. You know what I'm saying? Like, fire! Girl, lateral lunges are not easy too, but you got to find the love for it. You have to find the love for it, okay? So when you love it, it's not as hard anymore, all right? So lateral lunges for your minimus. And for beginners as well, you do 3 sets ranging between 8 to 10 reps. Advanced, same, but add tempos into it, or just make it 4 sets. And you can do that twice a week as well. Okay, so all these exercises are good exercises to target your glutes and grow you a nice peachy look. But you also need to remember that you need to eat according to the goal you are after. If you are after a weight gain goal, you need to eat according to that. If you're after a weight loss goal, you need to eat according to that. Okay, so you see, that's where the meal is more important, because when we come to the gym, we all kind of come to the gym and we do similar things. Yeah, so guys, I hope this video helped you today. I hope you've learned something from this video and you're going to implement it into your workout, okay? But feel free, guys, to text me whenever to ask any further information if you need. If you're a bit stuck on anything, feel free to ask me, especially in the comments. You can ask me in the comment section below, or you can check my Instagram and DM me some questions in either Train with Mozzie. I'm always there available to answer any questions for you. especially if you're stuck. But I'm not here to chit chat, you know what I'm saying, girlfriend? But we can chit chat, but I'm saying, but this is serious. We are serious. We need to focus. So if you need any advice on how to move further or on how to start, let me know. Text me, ask me in the question in the comment section below, and I will respond to you as soon as I can. Okay, because guys, my aim here is to make sure that you are in the right path, following the right path, using the right content for you, and achieving the goals you want. All right, so I don't want you to waste your time. If you feel like you waste your time, come to me, baby girl, because I'm here. And also, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification button so you can always be notified when I post legit contents like this. Okay, content that will help you in the future, help you for your lifetime, change your life forever. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that content. I will see you in the next. Bye. Oh my God, dementia.